Welcome to Sewing Sunday. Today I'm going to make a couple of lanyards. One of them will be with this fabric because I just love the colors. And the other one will be with one of these. This one is going to be with the little lobster clasp. This is about an inch wide. So with this kind of fabric, you fold it in half and iron it, and then you fold this down to the fold and this up to the fold, and then you fold it. So it's going to be much smaller, but 36 inches long. Glenn would be like a 38 and I'm kind of like a 33, so I figure a 36 should work. And the other one is going to be this fabric here. I'm going to do 3 inches wide. I think this is only 2.5 inches, and I'm going to use this clamp. So this has to end up being an inch wide. So it's 3 inches, so I'll fold some in. Let's see, what will I fold? I'll fold an inch in. No, do the same folding and folding and folding again so that it'll end up being an inch wide. And then I will clamp it in here. And I'll have to use my hammer to do that. So I've never used one of these things before. It's always fun to use something new, isn't it? But first I'm going to do this one. I'm gonna use maybe, I don't know, this color's pretty. I like that. I also liked, what did I just see? This one, the pink with the purple. Yeah, let's use this one, and I'm gonna make this thinner than 1 inch. Or it's actually less than 1 inch because this is 2 inch wide. Let me see. Yeah, it's 2.5 inch wide. So I think it'll work out great. I'm going to use this one, and then I'm going to do this one cut to 3 inches, and it'll be wider to fit into this. Where did the lobster? Here we go. So one will hook to this side and the other one will hook to that side. So one of them is a little bit smaller than the other one. Okay, let's go do some, well, I'm gonna have to cut this and then we'll iron. Okay, I'm gonna fold it in half. And iron it all the way down. Then I'm gonna go back and I'm going to fold both edges into the center without going over the fold that I just made. And that fold will probably disappear because I'm ironing it again. And then we'll do the other side. Not quite meeting it. Stop what you're doing. It still needs to be wider. Oh, for heaven's sakes. For heaven's sakes, it still needs to be wider. Boo. Okay, this is 4 inches wide, and then I fold it in half. Now we'll just sew them together. It's nice when you're doing a multitude of them that you just use the same thread. So normally I would do maybe a navy, but I'm really liking the pink. So having the pink thread will be just fine. So this is the smaller one that will fit with the swivel lobster. And I'm going to do that now. I've done the one side, and now I'm going to go down this side so it has stitching on both sides. That's so cute. It's got shiny bits in it. Oh, I love it. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing with this one. And this will hook, both ends will hook like this, and then we'll take the hammer and bash them. so that they pinch right through the fabric. So I think on this one, I'm going to fold it over. One, because I have all the back spacing here, but I'm going to fold it over and fold this one over. And then they're going to meet. And then I will put the claw on them. And I think then that way it'll be a little bit thicker when it goes in. And I think that should work out. But first, I want to do this one. And I'm just going to put this on. And then I'm going to turn it inside out, which just looks like that really. So depending on which part of the fabric you want to have seen, mainly seen. Okay. And now I'm going to sew about 1/2 inch up and go back and forth a couple times. Take this and run it back down, turn it right side out, which is hard to tell, which is right side out. And then I'm going to put it between the two bits and fold those over so they're in between. And then I'm going to sew back and forth a couple of times as well. Again, trying to be so perfect. And there it is. So it's nice and simple. But isn't that cute? I really like that. Okay. Now I'm just going to sew these two together, just a little bit to keep them steady while I'm hammering away. So I just put a little bit just back and forth right in the middle. And now for the claw. I think that'll fit perfectly. Ooh, my first time. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Am I making it harder than it has to be? I don't know. Do I just push? Not really. Well, that can kind of get it started. All right, let's do the gentle hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Almost. Sweet. Do we need this one? I think that turned out great. All right, let me just grab that little thread out of there, and I think that worked. Should I push it in any harder? Let's just do a little bit more. Yeah, that's flatter. Yeah, you can see it going in the fabric there. Looks good. Okay, done. Use this lobster clasp with this one because I think it looks better with the yellow showing. I put this on inside out because I want this to be the outside because it matches the ring a little bit better, I think. Sew it about a little bit more than 1/4 inch from the ends that are even. Then I'm going to turn it right side out and move it down to the end and split these open and put the straight edge in there, lining it up. And then I'm going to sew as close as I can to this. And it's all done. Okay, here we are. I'm making another one. I decided to use 2 different fabrics to put them together. This is that, I think they're called jelly rolls. It's just a big roll of fabric that all looks good together. I used it for the other lanyards. And then this is some other fabric I have that I thought looked cute together. So I'm going to use the clamp, and so it has to be wider than how I did this one. So I just folded it to the center. First I folded it in half, and that was actually not a very good idea because now you can see a little bit of that fold, even though I've ironed it 3 times, but that's okay. So this one I just measured and used the chalk to make a line all the way down the center, and then I folded these up to meet in the middle, and I'll show you how that's going to look. Okay, so this is actually 41 inches. I tried cutting it to 20 and apparently made a mistake, but that's okay. I'm just going to go for it, and if I have to, I can always trim a little off. But, you know, the length I don't think really matters so much. But I'm going to pin these together and sew down one side and up the other side, and I'm going to go ahead and use this color. And this is going to be the inside, and this will be the outside. I've got both pieces of material all clipped together. I'm going to find some thread that matches this now. Found one. Now, guess what? I got to make a bobbin. Okay, I'm sewing 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch, I think, leaves, it's too much open. So I'm going to do it at 1/8 of an inch. And I just realized I have little marks on the foot that have 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch. Learn something new every day. How exciting. I did cut a little bit off of each one, and I'm just going to fold it down and fold this one down. And I'm going to just sew a little tack stitch right there before I put this clamp on. And then I'm going to put just a little bit right here. And it's done. I'm going to try this ribbon. It is 100% polyester, and I cut off a little piece and went into the bathroom to test the burn, and it does actually melt it nicely. So that's what I'm going to do with the edges. But first of all, I'm going to be cutting off 36 inches. I have my 36 inches and just a little bit extra. And now I'm going to burn the edges. Got my ends burned, and now I just have to add the hardware and sew them together. Okay, I'm going to sew it at about 5/8 of an inch, and this is the underside. And then I'm going to move the hardware down and split it. Sew it here, and I'm going to sew it again here at the very edge. This ribbon is very mobile, so I have to really hold it and readjust to try to get it about as good as I can. Hope it didn't move around too much when I didn't have control of it. There's one side, here's the other side. I think next time what I might do is actually make it an oval, the ends of it, make the ends an oval and then burn it, and I won't have any of these pokey outy things. I could still burn that a little bit. Let's see.